Welcome back to Ocean View High School National League. Week 3, Day 1 rolls along. Cammie Craig and Greg Meskel joining you for the Olympic Club and Cal Golden Bear Water Polo. Lots of familiarity in this one, Cammie. Lots of Cal grads on this Olympic Club team. They know each other well.
Maybe we'll see a similar style of play across the board.
That would make for an interesting game. Here's Connor Stapleton controlling for Olympic Club. O Club in the white, Cal in the dark. Shot clock to 2. Long skimmer. And shot clock expires as Della Grammaticus was there to take that one away. Bad pass. It was taken right away onto the hand of Mulcahy. Here's Lazar Andrich. Lazar also working with the Cal college teams, so assisting with the men and the women on a volunteer basis. Just an ordinary there. Mulcahy working in close. Shot clock winding down, and there'll be no shot attempt as an offensive is there.
Thank you, everybody. See you guys.
Cal going to their speed, as we saw earlier today. Looking to develop the quick opportunity here.
And controlled now by Andrich. And power play now. Little confusion here. Okay, so we've got an exclusion on Anthony Reethans of Cal.
Exclusion for Cal.
And then
8 white,
a game misconduct on Marin Ballerin. So that is all for Ballerin in this game.
Teams are even.
So a little 5-on-5 here. So a little physical play there after it looked as if Cal was going to have a 6-on-5. Now the ball turns over in Olympic Club. Back to 6-on-6.
Lazar with the ball.
Pushing ahead.
Hooper.
Hooper takes a look, up on his legs, big. Threads that inside to draw the exclusion that will go on Shimsek.
A great move there. A lot of help. I mean, we're watching Cal play great help defense here. Every time the ball has come into set, there's 2 to 3 people back crashing to steal that ball.
Sefton in front. The redirect is just off the mark. They spotted Carroll in close. Just couldn't put that one away.
A great look. You'll see in the post play, your body position is really important. He was turned away quite a bit from the cage. If his body's turned a little bit closer towards the cage, it's not going to be as far for him to go. It's amazing how just body position and balance can really make or break a finish for athletes out in the pool. A little bit of wrestling going on here.
And officials not having it.
Dark for Cal.
That's an exclusion on Joseph Molina for Cal. Power play here to O Club. Monsi's around the way they work it. Inside, in front, deflected. Cal getting enough of that.
Up and over to Thomas Carroll, tipped by defender.
And so Cal will control.
The sun is really coming down right now, and it's in that perfect position where there's a lot of squinting eyes out there.
Yeah, definitely folks a bit blinded by the light here. And the ball turns over. It's back to Olympic Club. We're scoreless here in the first quarter.
Monsi's coming up on the right side.
Monsi's on the move. Moving in. Deals off to Stapleton. Right-hander doesn't like his angle there. They had the advantage now, allowing Cal to catch up as Hoover joins the play. Cross pass off the post. On the quick release there from O Club and Carroll.
O Club will definitely be looking at an opportunity there.
Can Cal take advantage? Halfway through this first quarter. Shritty. Stillett now gives a look. Tries to go inside the quick turn, and Andrich gets enough of it on that quick opportunity in close from Jordan Hoover.
That is the move from Hoover. It's, again, the center spider senses. I mean, he had a lot of action going on the up. He decides to turn away from the defense and the offense that's crowding his space.
Exclusion goes against the Bears, and on the second effort there, on the advantage, it's tipped out as Mulcahy tried to put that one home. Exclusion on Mateus Stillett.
Monsi, Stapleton, Hooper.
From the outside, the look inside, and that does the trick for Olympic Club. Thomas Carroll popped up and put it home on the 6-on-5.
Leaves us 1-0 Olympic.
Great passing and setup. Their posts have been open, and Post does a great job moving into that open water, receiving the pass, staying up on his legs, and then finding the open spot in the cage. Movement is so important for the post position on 6-on-5. If our post players aren't moving, it makes it really challenging, one, to open up space for the outside, but two, to even find open water for yourself. That's one of the most mobile positions in 6-on-5 is that post.
Everyone's boxed in. That's one of the places they can move around a little bit.
Over to Kahn.
And it's not easy.
Down line to Miles. Back up to Kahn.
Hooper takes off the other direction, and things will turn over. Here comes Olympic Club trying to spring their offense and look for a second goal. Hooper out in front.
Hooper.
I caught him on the face. Might have been blinded there by the sun.
Sun maybe in the eyes on that one.
And now Cal will take it. Feingold. Cade Cruz.
Cade. David.
Feingold couldn't control it, taken away by Cullen Hennessy.
Foul taken away by 7. Colin Hennessy.
Shane Hushchild on the move.
Hooper.
That pass skipped along the water. Dangerous guess there for the Cal keeper. Quickly retreats the smart play before Blake Parrish got an opportunity. But now a power play coming. The exclusion there on Cal. Stillett has another kick out. 2 quick fouls early.
Parrish.
As we are approaching the 2-minute mark here in the first quarter.
Hennessy.
Catch and release.
Fellner with the rip.
Knock it down. Patrick Fellner. Power play goal.
We watched Olympic early on, trying to get organized, switching positions early on so that they can set up their 6-on-5 just the way that they want to, and ended up leading in a great result for them. Swimming the ball into covered water quicker than just sliding in, passing the ball up after bringing the goalie down, and finding that cross cage high.
Makes it look simple. So a 2-0 lead for Olympic Club, first quarter. O Club looking to work their way up the standings. Came into the weekend in second place. Just 1 loss.
The speed in the pool right now is definitely a high level. Both teams are really moving up and down the pool here. No lack of speed, that's for sure. Even kind of pushing pushing maybe a little too hard, rushing in a few spaces, quick passes that are leading to overpasses or skimmed passes, and definitely there's a high level going on of speed.
90 seconds left, first quarter. Rothschild, Santa Barbara native, going ahead. Fellner looking for another. He'll draw the penalty. We talked about those new FINA rules, and often now, if you are inside the 6-meter mark and you are attacked from behind while you are on the attack, there's often going to be a 5-meter penalty called. And that is what Fellner draws, and now Mulcahy will get the chance. Referee Jen McCall having to lay down the law out here. The quick shot and the score for Colin Mulcahy, explaining the difference between 5 and 6 meters.
Taking the quick shot approach. I mean, there's different ways to approach a 5-meter penalty shot. Knows the whistle is about to be blown. Straight from the wrist. Doesn't come up big or anything like that, or so big shot. Just a really quick from the wrist.
When you were given the opportunity to take these, what was your plan of attack?
Well, in practice, I would always play around and do a bunch of different stuff, but typically it was a nice get up big skip shot. But I have really strong wrist as a center, so I could always throw a quick wrist shot, or I'd even throw up lobs from time to time. Only once did I ever do a lob shot against, we were in a shootout against Spain, and I threw a lob on the Spanish goalie. And
it worked?
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh, yeah. She was not happy about it.
Inside. Hoover.
Cal gets on the board with their first. Hoover connecting. Making a 3-1 game.
Hoover pops up. Teammates able to read him straight to the hand. Turn to the finish.
Andrich was there too. He was in the position, just couldn't knock that one down.
Again, it's been so fun to watch Cal work together as a team, and they begin to prepare and set things up for things that aren't even quite yet in place, but knowing that it'll come, right? So Hoover, working on one side, not quite happy with his positioning, pops up on the other side, teammate hits him right on the hand. My positioning's not perfect, but don't give up on me. I'll be there.
You're not going to be a quality center if you give up on the first try on really anything.
Right.
It's a lot of work for position. Hooper, the big windup. A rocket from the outside. Johnny Hooper. 4-1 Olympic Club.
Hooper earning the foul here, knowing exactly what he wants to do with it, legging up big and throwing it into the back of the cage.
A little suit out of the water there, I think.
Yeah. Hooper was a little bit quiet in his morning game, but he's awake now. The coffee has set in.
More of a night owl, perhaps. He has some tremendous leg strength. There is a photo that Catherine Payne took of his thigh, I think, and his hip out of the water.
Wow.
On a shot try, which is fairly insane.
Yeah, you wouldn't find that happening with me.
Hooper off the mark there.
Ordinary.
From the outside, Andrich bats it up as time expires in the first, and he lets that one fly and nothing doing. All Olympic Club here in the first quarter, out ahead of Cal, 4-1. We take a timeout and return. Second quarter on the way. You're watching the National League live from Huntington Beach, California. We're back after this.
So, you've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
Slowed down methodical thinking in this game. It's just go, 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 pedal to the metal.
Well, we talked about the pace and how Cal likes to operate, and then knowing there's a lot of ex-Cal folks on Olympic Club would stand to reason they might operate that way too.
Right.
Thomas Carroll. Cal with the power play.
Power play now for Cal. Looking out for Shimsek from the outside. It's off the post. Rebound, though, controlled by Cal. Advantage over, but still on offense. Shot clock resets to 20. But then they turn it over. So Cal has a second chance on offense, but can't make anything out of it. And the ball back to Andrich and the Olympic Club.
Looking at some movement here from Hooper. Some work away from the ball. Center earning that exclusion.
Olympic on the power play.
The exclusion on Shimsek. Power play to O Club. Great look. Hooper dumps it off to Thomas Carroll, and he knows what to do with it. Puts that one away.
5-1 Olympic, 4-goal lead.
Seems to be a radar out for Thomas Carroll on the post play there. This is a second goal from the post position.
It's a beautiful dish from Hooper.
Placement's great. It's an easy finish for Carroll.
Hooper able to work his way towards the cage and keeps faking that shot, drawing people to him. Just waiting for his teammate to pop free, and there it was.
And with the way that Hooper came out shooting in the beginning of this game, definitely he's having everyone honor that type of aggressive faking in towards the cage, drawing a lot of attention, allowing for a nice, easy finish for his teammate.
Lob attempt off the mark.
Pass a little wide to the right. Olympic with the ball on the counter. Lazar down to Hooper.
Here's Hooper now on the move. He's been facilitating, tries again to thread the needle there, looking through the defense for Blake Parrish, but Cal is wise to it.
Kind of funny, the little chuckle after that, like, ooh, hey, didn't see you there,
Yeah.
but there you are. You can have that one.
Yeah, I thought I'd get that one past you, not the case.
Teammate not ready for Hooper with the ball up on the counter.
Hooper has the turnover. This is where he thrives, in the open court. Moving in. Has some help, dumps it off Hennessy. Hennessy moving in, unguarded all day, and score it for Cullen Hennessy and the Olympic Club.
So many of these attacks or opportunities come from really solid defense, leading to this nice 3-on-2 up and finish here.
And like any good fast break or counterattack in any sport, make those defenders make a choice, spread out, and somebody's going to have an opportunity, and you saw it there.
Fine goal. Back to Stillett.
Stillett took his eye off the ball. Now he gathers. Trying to go inside. A steal. Jack Grover's on the scene. Now the long outlet. Hooper's leaking out. He's been looking for the counter.
He may have some options here, or will he take it for himself?
And he'll draw the penalty. So goes for the third door. And it's the penalty.
This inside water rule, these new rules came about after my retirement, and I think as a center, I may have liked this rule specifically, right?
Yeah, I think
Get the
you
ball
would've
down
benefited.
low, put it into set, I have inside water, lift my hand up, boom. 5 meter.
Rathan's got a piece of that, but not enough.
Power shot.
As Fellner puts it away.
7-1 Olympic.
7-1. So Olympic Club showing their force here against Cal.
Goalie moves back here. I always wonder how much that messes with the goalie when they're asked to be pulled back, you know,
Yeah.
in regards to how they approach blocking that.
There's always so much shuffling that goes on before those shots are taken. Goalie move back, player move back, goalie come up. Everybody's
and it's always a part of the dance, right? And when we played internationally against other different countries' national teams, it was like they always had things that were gonna put things off pace or off the roll, right? Like
Everybody does it. Like part of the deal, they just distract each other. Tipped out by Andrich on the attempt there from Shriddy.
ball side drive here by Cal. Decided to forego it, swing the ball to the opposite side.
Big fake here from Stillett. Now lets it ride, and Andrich there again and just gives a smile.
These become long possessions when you go in on your second possession or third possession in a row. It's a long time for a goalie, but even more of a long time for your center and your center defender. And this becomes a mini battle in between, within the game, right? And these are kind of when those moments are like, yes, we won this battle, you know, after 3 possessions of going for it.
Especially in those positions where you may not always get the satisfaction of the shot or the score. You have to keep track of something to keep motivating yourself.
Absolutely.
Okay, he cruising in. Sails that high.
Anthony with the ball for Cal.
The intensity is maintained. You know, it's still super high. We're looking at a 7-1 game, but it feels tighter than that because the intensity is really maintaining here.
Well, no doubt Cal was inspired by their effort earlier today.
Yeah.
They played very well.
Olympic back on the counter.
Moving in. Just an ordinary.
Pass the monk, Caesar, go ordinary.
Now inside. Quick deal out. Good look. Stapleton, the beneficiary.
Opens the gap to a 7-goal lead.
Golden Bear Cami getting the 11-4 win over LA earlier today, so they were feeling good about themselves taking on the third place team, but in a much different situation here against O Club.
There's so much emotion that I think that goes into athletics and sports in general, right? You know, and a good rule of thumb is never underestimate an opponent, right? And you're only as good as your last game. These types of things are things that I've heard over and over again as an athlete.
Khan.
Desguch controlling far side.
Seeing great press defense here by Olympic, making it difficult for Cal to move and move that ball around.
Shot clock to 5. Olympic Club ready for the turnover to go off to the races. Della Grammaticus will have to dump this one with the shot clock winding down. Here's Parrish. In transition. Again, they look to work inside. Double team. Look at the spinning and the wheeling inside from Mulcahy.
Just trying to figure out which place does he have that opening. Wasn't left, wasn't right. Let's just go right over.
But the shot from Hooper, not in the back of the net. That one goes off the mark.
A lot of communication on Olympics end right now, trying to sort out their defense.
Andrich, a great talker in the cage, really makes the effort to keep everyone informed. Comes out and makes the big stop well off of his line, and now Olympic Club corrals the rebound under 2 minutes to go, first half.
I have always appreciated the communication from a vocal goalie.
Hooper.
Mulcahy takes a look, lets it rip. It's off the post.
Off the post, controlled by Molina.
Molina is there to control.
Nicholas.
And now Della Grammaticus controlling in the front court. Approaching a minute left here in the second quarter.
Cal in a great position for isolation with their center. See if they can pick it apart.
Tipped and stolen. Great defense in close. Hochschild just reaching out.
Long
Lucky
arms,
that one.
Hochschild. Got to reach on it.
6 left in the half.
And a timeout called by Olympic Club with the steal and 1:06 remaining in the first half, an 8-1 lead. Olympic Club in command here. One more game to go after this. We've got UCLA and Stanford. Classic college water polo battle meeting here in the National League. You're seeing the college teams, all the college coaches here, all these programs using playdates. They get playdates to use in their offseason in the spring, and some deciding to use that here with the National League. And then we're back tomorrow morning, an 8 a.m. start. Cami is once again accepting free iced coffees as we get started first thing tomorrow morning.
Line them up.
Line them up.
You can pay me in iced coffees.
If you're getting an iced coffee, what's the style? What are you getting?
Just Just an iced coffee with a little bit of coconut milk.
That's it.
That's it.
Just like a dash.
Just a dash. Nothing crazy. I don't like, I don't like a lot of cream in my coffee. Just
Sure.
a dash is
Okay.
great,
But coconut milk.
Just to know that we're not alone here, We're
There's
all in it
somebody
together.
out there, yes.
If you bring an iced coffee, I'll let you in for free to enjoy the games at National
The joke
League.
will be on them, but I like where your mind's at. .106 left. Timeout complete. Olympic Club back to work out of the break.
Hooper. Monsees.
Zach Monson is the lefty. In front as the exclusion was called. And Mulcahy, who drew the exclusion, you can see his eyes get huge as he wanted that ball to come in quick, and it did.
A little bit of work there in the 2-meter position. I mean, that's the best situation you can go for is having the ball in that type of position, getting the exclusion and set, and having it be ready to hit your hand right away for that quick finish.
Worked out well for O Club, just as you'd want to draw it up out of the timeout, get the quick on the exclusion and go to work. And a 9-1 lead under a minute to play here in the first half.
Ordinary. Kahn with the ball. Exclusion is the center position. Looks like number 9, Monsees, takes a 20-second rest. Molina. Cade. Kahn. Molina.
From the outside, Molina's turned away.
On the 6-on-5 block.
Andrich knocks that one down.
Cal just trying to find any sort of flow right now, whether they're picking up in their transition counterattack or even on their 6-on-5, just looking for something to feel connected and get into their flow a bit.
Stapleton. Shefton over.
Shot clock to 2, about to expire. Parrish puts it away. Olympic Club all over Cal, 9-1. We take a timeout and return. Second half coming up. You're watching the National League live from Ocean View High School in Huntington Beach, California, right here on USA Water Polo TV.
So, you've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
Cap 7 is the proud sponsor of USA Water Polo. Cap 7 is the best ball in the world.
You never know where the next Olympian might be coming from, but it could be water polo, and that starts with Splash Ball. Splash Ball is a program for children ages 5 through 9 designed to introduce them to the sport of water polo while promoting water safety. Improve swimming skills and learn a sport you'll love for a lifetime. For more information, visit splashballusa.org. Second half underway. Olympic Club leading Cal 9-1. O Club in the white caps, Cal in the dark. As we get set in the second half here.
Okay. Muncie.
Olympic coming out strong in this game and just hasn't slowed down.
Yeah, really, they've asserted themselves early here. I think we thought it'd be a little bit closer based off of how they played earlier and how Cal played earlier.
Yeah.
The Olympic Club has been ready.
Kind of put Cal back on their heels early on.
Fellner, Mulcahy, Carroll, all 2 goals.
Exclusion on the counter, Cardinal Stapleton.
And now an exclusion.
Cal with the
So we
man
go in
advantage.
Olympic Club. Olympic Club's gone to their backup goalkeeper, John Curley.
Simsek. Goes wide to Marco, up top to Molina.
Power play here for Cal.
Shot by Jack.
Andrich leads with 5 saves and a steal.
Marco to Molina.
And scored for Molina. And that's the first power play strike of the match for Cal. They're now 1 for 4 on the advantage. Conversely, Olympic Club. This is where you really tell the story, Cammie. Cal now 1 for 4 on the advantage, no penalties. Olympic Club 4 for 8 on the power play, 2 for 2 on penalties.
Yeah, just conversion there, and that's really where the game starts to separate for both
chances,
teams.
Making the conversions, that's how you build a 9-1, now 9-2 lead.
And those are great stats too.
Yeah, strong numbers. Batted away by Arethans.
You know, Olympic will be looking to run some movement here off the corner throw. Looking for the post up here.
And there's that movement, and there's that shot, and the save is made by Arethans on the pull-up attempt. That was Mulcahy on the try.
Cal with the advantage. See if Olympic can sort it out.
Velecic pushing ahead to Shimsek.
Goalie looking right into the sun.
That's a brutal angle here, the way it's setting.
Absolutely.
Andrich was probably thrilled to sub out. Go ahead, Curley, deal with this. Outside, and the skip sails high of the cage.
Olympic with the counter, ball sails over the goal.
2 minutes gone by, third quarter.
Kale brings the ball up.
In transition.
Fellner.
Fellner lets it rip. That's off the mark.
Anthony pushes the ball up to Simsek. Simsek looks over.
Lofty pass.
Almost didn't find the intended recipient. Dealey working in on the lob, and there it is.
Lob pass. And shot.
Jack Dealey didn't see the ball right away, then came up with it and put it home.
Turns straight into it. Takes a glance over his shoulder to see if he has his teammate open. Thinks about it. Takes a pump. A nice lob. Finds the near side corner.
And catches a little wave there to make sure it tucks into the goal. Ball's got to cross all the way across and into the goal for it to count. Hochschild gives a look.
Hooper.
Hooper now.
Into Parrish.
Rise up.
Exclusion.
Big entry in, looking for Parrish. The exclusion on Cal.
The power play. Here's Hooper.
Redirect.
Cross pass. Redirect pass.
Sefton on the money.
Peter Shefton with the one-timer.
6-on-5 goal for Sefton. And Olympic Club adds another.
Hooper, quite a few assists here to his post, constantly looking for those open post positions. Stefan even looking into the sun. Easy grab and fling into the cage. Stefan has some really great hands. I enjoy watching him play as a center because he can be very crafty with his hands and not moving a ton in his body movements, but just on the point when it comes to kicking the ball out quickly or tipping it in or doing it, ripping it a quick backhand.
Shot clock to 5. Molina. Low skip, and the shot clock expires as Cal was looking at work for Avital.
Cal kind of playing now with a little bit of wind out of their sails,
Yeah.
right? A little defeated here. Having a good opportunity, you know, putting Olympic back into zone defense there, but not even really feeling moved to work very hard in that zone defense, right?
And had the high energy earlier today, but to your point, when it's not clicking, as Reethans makes the stop, it's hard to then find the motivation to do the extra things.
Absolutely.
Feingold advances.
It's great to find those players in these moments, in these types of games that can make big moves like this one.
Stillette dips the head, goes under, and then tries to jam it in near post, and it's turned away.
But finding players that can make those kind of power plays, right, that can kind of shift the momentum or bring some energy or revive the team just a little bit, even if it's just for a moment. It's times like these when you need certain players to step up and throw it all out there for their team just to give them a little bit of energy.
Hooper's wide on the try. Live time subbing here. Shreddy comes on. Yeah, when you're down like this, 10-3, you could use somebody off the bench, somebody to kind of bring that spark.
Right. And all it takes is one play or one big move or, you know, one big gesture, and that can help really bring some energy to the team.
Under 3 to play in the third. Hochschild blocking out the sun as he looks up the far side.
Hooper.
Skip, and not there. Reethans controls it.
Sports, such a funny thing. When else would you ever force yourself to just stare into the sun? Here, yes.
Almost never.
Not without a welding helmet.
Yeah. Shot clock to 4. As Feingold working along 2 meters. Bounce that on the water. The redirect. A fight for it in close now. And ball under is the call as Curley came over to help take that one away. That was Cade Cruz in close. You mentioned the spark off the bench, and you think back to your early days at Team USA as the reserve center going into those 08 Olympics. What was your mindset coming off of the bench and sort of the energy and spark you could provide?
You know, I think it was really contra foul there. Great shot. Unfortunately, he doesn't get to keep that
goal.
one.
Wave it off.
Oh, well, you know, I had a job to do, and that was really focused on staying within that role and doing just that. And, like you said, bringing that energy is really important.
2 seconds, and tipped out and away. Curley getting a piece of that.
Ball gets pulled out. We have 2 athletes without caps. Might be time to go fishing.
Blake Parrish, one of them, on the hunt. It's like Jack Grover is the other.
There's nothing worse than being gassed, like gasping for air, and then having to dive down to the bottom of the pool and grab your cap while the game is waiting on you.
Look at those caps came in from behind the goal. I don't know how they got that far away. And they've got their caps back on. And now a leisurely swim. Although, is this almost a bit of a rest to kind of swim at this pace back into the offensive end?
For everyone else who's not stressed out about putting their cap on.
Back in action. Ball up to Dealey. Stilett.
Entry in the backhand. Score it. Tamir Avatal on the backhand strike.
Avatal set up and waiting for it, expecting that quick pass in. You could tell his whole body language was saying this is going to be a finish.
Yeah, he was ready for it and able to gather it and put it home. So making it 10-4 as Cal tries to keep hope alive in this one.
She has not one time said back up.
I think she gave up. I think there's still hope. But she's given up. You guys ever seen Moana?
Olympic a little off balance, but may have an opportunity to have some isolation with center play here.
Fellner gives a look. Difficult release there as he tried to go around the block on the skip. To no avail. Velicic moving in. About an 8-second differential shot and game clock here as we come to the end of the third. Avatal had the backhand, now from the perimeters off the bar. And it's controlled here by Oklo. Fellner gives a look, looking for some help. 4 seconds left. A little too much on that one, and Reethans will gather. That's all for the third. Olympic Club remains in command, 10-4 over Cal. We're back with the fourth after this. You're watching the National League on USA Water Polo TV.
You've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
And we're back. Fourth quarter underway between Olympic Club and Cal. And Olympic Club in command.
Carroll. Down to Mulcahy.
It's a 10-4 lead. Opening moments here of the fourth. Stanford and UCLA to follow. Close out day one. Nice job by Reethans to tap that one away.
Sails wide.
Now Della Grammaticus on the move. And batted up and taken, stolen away. Colin Mulcahy comes up with it. Mulcahy might take it all the way. Moving in, and then goes the cross pass, and that one's on the water and tails away.
We've seen a few of those kind of shove passes out here today.
Reethans controls that one from long range.
Just these kind of quick, like, we're not going to waste time to pick the ball up, bring it back behind our head, and then pass it cleanly. We're just going to shove it really quick across. There's definitely a time and a place for that, but there's a little bit lack of control in that type of passing. We've even seen some, staying low shove passes into set, which have worked well.
Score that goal. Nice job from Avital. I thought that one was headed out of play, but he was able to bat that one in.
Little teammate eye contact and facial communication there. Kind of looking at him over the shoulder going like, oh yeah, maybe. Okay, here I go. Okay. Then moves in. It almost looks like, yep, got his hand on it perfectly.
And he had the defender draped all over him. It was Thomas Carroll who came over.
Hooper.
Make it a 10-5 game. That one sailed wide out of play into the warm-up area. Cal looking to build here. Down 5. It's not impossible. Della Grammaticus.
Has time up top, but finds Hoover.
Inside and exclusion.
Timeout, Cal.
And Cal will call for time as Hoover spins inside and draws the advantage. So Jeff Terrell will bring the group over with Kirk Everest to review.
There's still quite a bit of water polo left. I mean, it's those type of exclusions that you'd like to see a quick shot being taken and in the back of the cage. So then you're looking at a 10-6 game, and then you can start kind of chipping away at it. I mean, I guess as an athlete, you're designed to think it's not over until it's over, right? Yeah. I'm like, if I'm playing a 20-1 game, I'm like, it's not over until the final score if I'm the one sitting there with one. But it's kind of like... it's kind of this training that you do with your mind of just this constant keep going, keep going, keep going. I remember I would always look over at Courtney. We'd have some healthy leads, and I'm, doing the math in my head, and I'm looking at Courtney. I said, is there any way that we, at this point, that they could win and score it? And she's like, no, Cami, we got it. And I'm like, okay.
I knew the exact answer to that question as you were saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
You would say, well, if we commit 7 straight penalties, Courtney would say, Cami, that's never happening.
Yeah, I know. The realist on our team. Optimist here, Courtney the realist.
Good looks off the post. They had everything but the finish on that 6-on-5. That's a nice looking play there from Cal, just couldn't put it home.
Again, and even looks to finish it down low where it's typically safe to go.
As we've learned. On the other end, Olympic Club being close, but Arethan's is there. Velecic now on the move.
Pass the ball weak to Molina.
Molina takes a look. A few fakes. Here's a lob. He's got it. Molina on the money with the changeup.
I think this is the second lob I've seen from him today that just has this incredible touch on it. I mean, so much patience and just kind of comes up right underneath it and lets it fly. I mean, there's a lot of loft on this lob.
Let's check the hang time here. That's a beauty.
And that's a beauty.
That is how you do it. And now a 4-goal game, and so Cal making things somewhat interesting here. They get another one, and now we're talking with under 5 to play.
Let's talk. Come on, Cal.
Inside, Sefton splits a double team, and then an exclusion. Cal thinks they've got the steal at the last second, but instead an exclusion. And then Fellner rips it, and he says no to that potential rally. I'd rather see Olympic Club win things here going away with 4:36 left. Make it 11-6.
Attacking a quick on 6-on-5 like we just saw Olympic do. Peter spitting the ball out there, and Olympic recognizing they have the time to just put it in the back of the cage. I mean, those quick attacks set such a presence, for sure.
Down to stride, back up to Molina.
Cal back to work. Shimsek takes a look. Shot clock to 2. 1. And they won't get it off, and just lacking the shot clock awareness there. On the other end now, Mulcahy leaking out. Curley throws it right into his hands. And then a penalty.
And that's it. Those are the new rules, Greg. I mean, he grabs the ball, turns inside.
Defender from the back, inside 6 meters. And that was right in the bucket from Curley. Beautiful pass. Hooper comes on to take the penalty. And wasting little time, Johnny Hooper lodging that one in the back of the cage. 12-6 Olympic Club.
Let's take a look at the next level here, other angle, and see where he places that quickly. Right over the head. Another statement shot.
Sometimes risky to go over the keeper's head center cage.
Yeah, especially when you're going, yeah. I mean, the chances of just beaming the goalie in the head are there, or hitting the top bar. It is risky.
To put it mildly.
Yeah, takes guts.
Fine goal.
Good look over the top.
Looking to finish.
Shreddy,
Drive.
the rebound.
Over to Avital.
Avital cashing in on the Shreddy miss.
Score 12-7.
Talked about garbage goals earlier, Cammie.
This is what we would call a garbage goal. Right place, right time.
Get out the metal
Cleaning up.
detector. Treasures found. (12-7) the lead for Olympic Club. Led since the early stages. Credit Cal for coming back in this one. It was very lopsided earlier on.
Tipped by Cal.
And you could feel that for them in their play, and something just kind of clicked and they started rolling forward.
Leipzig with the ball. Pushes it down to Scribe. Scribe
Inside. Looking for Avital. Penalty. Nice job by Tamir Avital. So he worked his way towards the cage. Parrish coming over to commit the penalty. And now it'll be a chance for Shreddy to come on. Lefty sets up. Curley, the big block.
John Curley with Stapleton.
And likely out of time as it were, but that's a big play there for Cal if they had hopes of some epic rally here in the final minutes. And now a 5-goal game, 226. You can do the math on this one.
Should we phone a friend? Call Courtney?
Bring out the Courtney Mathewson calculator. How much time versus how many goals are you ahead? Is this game officially over? That one is knocked away. Don't forget Stanford, UCLA to follow as we close things out here on day one, on week 3 of the National League. Exclusion.
Cal punishing Olympic with their movement here.
Timeout, Cal.
And the timeout will be called by Cal.
Another opportunity to work on their 6-on-5 here.
The exclusion goes against Olympic Club and Zach Monsies. (12-7) the lead for Olympic Club. Looking at some of the numbers here on exclusions, and Olympic Club 6 for 11 on power plays. And 3 for 3 on penalty tries. Those are the big numbers to give you an idea of how they've been able to pull away in this one. Stanford, UCLA to follow. Bruins defending NCAA champs in men's water polo.
looks like Olympic setting up here, having 2 players back in the cage, kind of packing the goal here and splitting up top.
Cal working the ball around in the power
They've
play.
decided, Cal, we don't want you to score.
But Cal has other ideas. They stuff that one in past the keeper and 2 field players. And a correction earlier, USC, the defending men's NCAA water polo champions, not UCLA. No, the Trojans very proud of their most recent victory.
Cal taking their time and blowing it past. When you're back in the cage there as a field player, you just think big, think big, think big. For those big field blocks back in the cage.
Come on, Colin, I need you here. 1 minute, 40 seconds.
A little more than a minute 30 to play.
Ball to Hooper.
Taken away. And Cal controls 12-8. The lead for Olympic Club. Nice second half effort here from the Cal Bears, but just running out of time here to battle back.
Marco.
Cal looking like they had a ball side advantage. Decided to pull out of that one.
Over to Khan.
Might be working an ISO here with their center.
Gezguch now near side. Cross cage. Fine gold. Solid gold across the way.
Makes it a 3-goal game.
The 12-9 game with 1 minute to play.
Seems to be a few open opportunities here in this possession for Cal. Throwing it down low. For a right-hander finish there.
Yeah, nicely done. That's a tough angle.
That is a very challenging angle. I always think about our players that play on that weak side of the pool and how they have to manipulate their body and pull the ball around and how to get in that good shooting position from that side as a right-hander. It's challenging.
Olympic Club now playing keep away here.
Over to Hennessy.
Hennessy will draw an exclusion, and that'll bring the shot clock back up to 20. So Olympic Club doesn't have to go. They can take more time off the clock.
Hooper.
In close, and score the goal.
Extends the lead to 4.
Thomas Carroll with 27 seconds left on the power play strike. So Olympic Club peeling time off the clock, and then when they see the obvious opportunity, they go for it.
Definitely an interesting type of 6-on-5 here, but really just 3-on-2 and figuring out what's going to work for them in that moment as they're finishing out the game here. Again,
13-9
incredible
lead.
comeback,
Yeah.
like you said.
Nice rally here. That's something Cal can try and build off of going to tomorrow. The win earlier today, and then their comeback effort. Avital the spin and the knockdown by Curley, and that should do it for this one. And that's so often the case when teams fall behind. It's if we could have just gotten this going this direction earlier. But it's Olympic Club's match in this one. They defeat Cal 13-9, so a strong day for the defending National League champs. Cal splits their day with a win earlier and then a loss today. We'll see both of these teams back tomorrow as the National League Week 3 wraps up here in Huntington Beach. One more game to go tonight. Stanford and UCLA coming up next. Come back and join us right here on USA Water Polo TV.